In 2 BDO-WM-Finals, er hat einige Finals bei der PDC, bei Major-Turnieren erreicht und er ist einer der Sieger auf der European Tour in den letzten Jahren. Aktuell die Nummer 20 der Welt. Die Rede ist vom König, The King, Mervyn King! Mervyn King tritt an gegen die Nummer 16 der Setzliste hier bei den Happy Bet European Darts Open 2017. Er ist die Entdeckung dieses Jahres, hat seit diesem Jahr erst die Tourcard, ist bereits die Nummer 51 der Welt und er hat am Nachmittag den Titelverteidiger Michael van Gerven aus dem Turnier geworfen. Es läuft insgesamt wunderbar in den letzten Wochen. 3 Halbfinals, ein Sieg auf der Pro Tour. Ladies and Gentlemen, hier kommt Rob Cross.
Well, as expected, the number 2 and 3 seeds, Peter Wright and Mensur Suljovic, will meet in the semi-finals of the Happy Bet European Darts Open, and no one will be surprised to see that number 5 seed Michael Smith has made his way through to the last 4 as well. Smith, who's reached a couple of European Tour finals already this year, and of course won the event in Gibraltar. But it's supposed to be Michael van Gerwen who completes that lineup. Rob Cross, the number 16 seed, paid to that plan, and he remains on course to reach his first European Tour final. Has to get past Mervyn King to reach the semis though. King's a man who has wore the crown on the Euro Tour before. Even saw the walk-on girl wearing Mervyn King's crown. Well, I don't actually think it was Mervyn King's crown, but you see what I mean by that. Paul Nicholson, you're a man who knows what it takes to beat Mervyn King in a big TV event. This is on our screens, on your screens, and Paul Nicholson is about to be in your ear.
Just like Chorley FM. Yeah, I think that crown does belong to Mervyn, because let's face it, he's the king. Every crown belongs to...
But can he be the king of Leverkusen?
Absolutely. He's played brilliantly this week, Merv, and he'll want to win this so badly.
First leg is Rob to throw first. Game on.
We've talked about the fact that Rob Cross has been on the circuit for a period of 6 months. He's done wonderful things and we've talked him up so much. But now he's playing against one of the great dart players of this generation in Mervyn King. This could well be, arguably, the biggest game so far, because he hasn't made a semi-final on the European Tour. He's made quarterfinals. But now it's time to step up, Rob. You've done the hard bit. You've taken out the number 1 seed, the world number 1. Can you now take out the person that you beat in your first Pro Tour final win?
Well, that might be part of the answer. A 180 from Rob Cross in the first leg. Mervyn King looking to reply in kind and might just do it.
140.
Not quite. Well, we've spoken about Rob Cross's 6 months as a new kid on the block. Let's speak about Mervyn King's last 6 months, because Mervyn King has reached, this is his 7th quarter-final of 2017. He only reached 4 in the whole of last year. You said it yesterday, Paul, this is a different Mervyn King.
It is. He's just putting in the hours. We all go on about how early he gets to venues, but the thing is he's putting in hard work, and it's paying off. Just going to set it up, Rob Cross.
89.
Intelligent stuff. It's alarming how many times you see him on a double after 12 darts. It really is.
Yeah, 6-2 win for Rob Cross against Michael van Gerwen to get him into this position. 4 times out of 5 he's reached the last 8 on the European Tour. But can he make his first semi-final? He's made a good start.
Technique from Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
One of the things that we've talked about with Rob Cross as well in previous European Tour matches is his grip on the dart. He strangles that barrel with a
97.
lot of his fingers. And I've got a theory about it, because a lot of the players use their fingertips. He has got it inside the index finger in the crease. And I think when you get a little bit nervous, you know, you get a bit more nervous in the fingertips. So if it's inside the fingers like that, you've got a bit more of a stranglehold on it. It seems to be working for him.
140.
Yeah, certainly a top player. Of course, this pair have met in a high-profile match before. They've met 3 times, actually, already, Mervyn King and Rob Cross. Cross has won a couple of those meetings, including the final of his first PDC title. Beat Mervyn King 6-5 at Players' Championship 3.
Well, the last time they played each other was
100.
in Wigan, I believe.
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I sit on the same table as Mervyn at Pro Tour events. He came away from that game with Rob Cross and he said these words: "That is the best that anybody has ever played against me." And he just didn't see anything else. That is some statement, considering who Mervyn King has played throughout his glittering career.
Yeah, Rob Cross beating Mervyn King 6-1 on that occasion. The victory that King has over Cross was a qualifier for the very first European Tour event of this year, the German Darts Championship.
136.
6-4 to Mervyn, who's now looking at 136.
87.
Well, he went for a treble 16 there, I guarantee it. It's actually a valuable miss, because if he does come back, which he will.
Rob Cross often starts at treble 18 on combination finishes.
63.
Little quirk of his game. Starts there
Revenue
an awful lot.
49.
Very interesting indeed. I'll look into that one for you, Murph. 17 will leave the favoured double 16 of Mervyn King, and that's why it's favoured, because more often than not,
Throw first.
he pokes its eye out.
Only the third leg that Rob Cross has lost in this tournament. The other 2 were against Michael van Gerwen. He claimed a whitewash win against the German qualifier Robert Allenstein yesterday. Allenstein.
Stein.
83.
Averaged 92 in that match. Went through the motions, really hard to keep concentration when the opponent was at a much lower level. But Michael van Gerwen, a different kettle of fish, the best player in the world, as we all know, and Rob Cross averaged 102 this afternoon in that victory.
140.
Mervyn King, well, he averaged 102 against both Ian White and Devon Peters, and that's been par for the course for Mervyn.
84.
And he's the only qualifier left. He's the only person in this tournament who has played 5 games to get to this stage.
60.
Beat myself in qualifying 6-2, then it was Keegan Brown, then it was Kim Villianen on Friday, it was Ian White yesterday, and it was Devon Peterson this afternoon. Make no mistake, not only does
59.
Rob Cross want to get that seeding of his better so he doesn't have to play Michael van Gerwen as much, unless it's a final, but Mervyn King wants his seeding back every single week.
Well,
Robbie Maguire 158.
180 to lead 38. Mervyn King will have a choice to make, whether he'll split it and go for his favourite double or whether to shoot straight
58.
at double 19.
38.
I see a 6 in my future. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I do.
It is
I
now.
see a 6.
It is now.
Game shot on the
Well,
third leg.
Mervyn King, I have to say, having gone for it, a lot of players would have stubbornly stayed there then, but Mervyn King decided, look, I've got a better chance of hitting double 16 now that I've made it so difficult to hit double 19.
Just when you think darts is a little bit predictable, you see things like Robert Allenstein having 30 left and missing double 15, then going 10 double 10. We've seen 45 from Michael Smith with treble 3 double 17, and that, from Mervyn King, that 38 was almost conventional, because I think that was the right thing to do. He shielded the double 19, can't see much of it, goes to the 6 and banks on his favourite. So I was right, I did see a 6 in my future.
All right, I'll give you that one. Break of throw for Mervyn King. He wins the
57.
first battle. against the man from Hastings.
He's living in a great county. Sussex, that is of course my home too. Rob lives about 45 minutes down the road. Doing Sussex proud, Rob. I bet he's looking forward to going all the way up to the northwest of England playing the World Match Play.
134.
There's a draw for someone out there, isn't it?
Well, there's going to be a few dangerous floaters around, isn't there, in major TV tournaments. It's going to get more like that every year because the standard, as we keep saying, is getting higher and higher.
Well, he's proof of it. He's come from almost nowhere in 18 months. And there are players out there like him, you know. There are.
That's a wonderful setup shot for the second leg in a row from Mervyn King. Above 200 and then gets himself down to a double. Rob Cross is going to do the same.
140.
Almost. But double top for Mervyn King will open up a two-leg cushion.
Double 10. Yeah, it's there. 3-1 lead for the King.
Mid leg is Rock to throw first. Game on.
These guys have played each other before and they're starting to know each other's games very, very well. And I know Mervyn, he will want revenge for that lifetime performance that he was given by Rob Cross a fortnight ago. And what's more, Mervyn has said that it's very hot on the European stage, but he's played at Vienna, he played at Hamburg, he's playing tonight. I think he's getting used to it.
139.
Well, just a little frustrated he wasn't able to follow Rob Cross with 3 big trebles in that visit.
83.
If there is a weakness in the Rob Cross game, it's that last dart. It's the odd wild one. And it's
140.
very odd.
Yeah, it's something he's aware of, Rob Cross. He does know about it. He's looking at getting darts modified slightly to combat that somehow.
And sometimes he doesn't aim with his rhythm, he prods it in front of his eye and then throws, and sometimes he just doesn't bother, he just lets it flow, and that's when the wild dart comes in.
Good last start from Mervyn King, gets him down to a finish that is more doable than 138, but it might be done. And it has been done. Rob Cross, once again, you 18 at the start of the competition, treble 16, double 18. He does go his own way, but it's effective.
Well, there you have it. He bamboozled me there.
96.
I thought I could count. I am definitely part of the old school. I was doing my sums in my head and he'd already hit the shot. That was brilliant.
140.
Yeah, something it's worth asking him about, because I've seen it several times on the matches that we've streamed. We now stream all the Pro Tour events as well. Rob Cross, often on a combination that you can use treble 18, will use it first.
140.
Maybe it's a comfort thing. He just likes that treble. And for me personally, when I was playing at my best, I loved treble 17 finishes. 142, 138, things like that. I'd want 2 of the same, whereas he's taking it to the next step. He just wants it as a comfort blanket. It's almost like treble 18 is his Mensah Suljović's double 14.
105.
Good use of the 25 from Mervyn. Rob might look at 19s. 95 would leave 170.
95.
Just going to put this out there before we finish this leg. He's going to tackle the best treble 18 hitter of all time, and that's Dennis Priestley. He wants that title. He's got a few years to go. But
well, he doesn't have the option of using treble 18 in this visit, does he?
No.
Another one of those.
Not enough juice.
134.
Mervyn's on double 16 again.
32.
He did get a double treble 18 in that visit, by the way, but just wasn't for the checkout. Mervyn King does check out 32.
It's a good sign for the Mervyn King fans when he is pinging that double 16 with this kind of regularity. He doesn't look like missing it at all. He could probably hit it with his eyes shut right now.
100.
Very high standard affair this. Both players well over the ton mark once again. Look at the finishing, identical stats. Apart from the fact that Mervyn King's won 4 legs, had more darts at double, and hit more doubles. Same percentage, averages 105 almost Mervyn King. Rob Cross 102. This is a proper quarter-final.
It is. Well, Rob Cross did an interview for the Dart Show very recently in Hastings.
60.
And I'm not going to tell anybody about it because you guys have to watch the Dart Show on ITV4 next Friday. And if you're not laughing at his interview, then you aren't human,
24.
because it is nothing short of hilarious. Is he going to be laughing at the end of this?
93.
Mervyn King is the man in his way. And Merv's 50 now. And he doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon.
Well, after his last
80.
match, after winning against Devon Peterson, he was speaking to Elmar Polka after that game, and he said, I'm going to be around for a long time yet.
Professional darts without Mervyn
43.
at my table at Pro Tours is just not worth going to. I've been sitting with Mervyn for nearly 10 years.
Well, he said earlier on, didn't he, the last time we didn't have a Dutchman in the quarterfinals of a European Tour event, that Mervyn King went on to win the title.
59.
It could well be the Robert Owen, the Omen.
And Mervyn King tried so hard not to bust his score there.
132.
He ended up hitting the big one.
That's a brilliant one, you know. Oh, Rob Cross, you've just been robbed.
Rejected.
40.
The bullseye turns down the dart. Its name wasn't on the list and it couldn't go in. And Mervyn King can now move within one leg of doing to Rob Cross what Rob Cross did to Michael van Gerwen. 5-2 ahead on throw. Mervyn King, if he carries on playing like this, there's no reason why he can't wear the crown tonight.
Absolutely. And sometimes you get signs that tell you maybe it's not your night. He's hit the bullseye. It just got probably 2 or 3% of the point is on the wire. It didn't have enough and it drops on the floor. So unfortunate, because you never know, if he'd have hit that bullseye, 42 in tops, could be a different story.
Well, the first semi-final will be Mensur Suljovic, the Austrian ace, against Peter Wright, the world number 3, number 2 seed. Looking for a 4th European Tour title of the year, 5th in total. Suljovic looking to double his tally. That's what Mervyn King's hoping to do as well. But Michael Smith awaits the winner of this one.
Well, there aren't many people left in this tournament who've already won this tournament. That's Peter Wright. He's the only one. He won it a few years ago. If he doesn't win it, we're going to have a new name.
100.
Yeah, it's the same name, the tournament, but it does have a slightly different feel, having been moved to Leverkusen. Been a roaring success, I'd say, as well. 3,000 in the last couple of days.
95.
Yeah, it was a big shoes to fill. Dusseldorf, one of the players' favourites, not just because of its proximity to the airport, but people genuinely like that place to play. It was hot, it was atmospheric, it was fantastic. And hats are tipped to PDC Europe for the effort they've put in. This Leverkusen venue, keep it please, we all love it.
Well, I'm not sure of Mervyn's method of travel this weekend, but when he won in Sindelfingen back in 2014, he rode across Europe on his motorbike. Could he finish in style? Just lays up in the end.
92.
Rob Cross with a chance to break and just plant a seed of doubt in the mind of Mervyn.
Double 6, steps back as he does, 2 6s. But Michael Smith
69.
could be curtains,
Revenue require
because we
51.
know where Mervyn's going after he hits a single 19, a double that he has hit with amazing accuracy in this match.
Double 8 in the end for Mervyn King, but it's not
43.
quite the end for Rob Cross.
Rob, you require
One last
3.
reprieve. Now, the lie of the first start will be important.
No score.
And perhaps he thought so hard about not blocking the double, he ended up missing the big number. Could have just been a slip, but Mervyn King wants double 4 to move into the last 4.
4 left.
Game shot.
4 hits. The King is through, and the only qualifier who is left in the tournament, is still in it. He eliminates the guy who eliminated the world number one. Rob Cross will have another day to try and make his first semi-final on the European Tour, but the King is a genuine threat.
He certainly is. Mervyn King moves through to the semi-finals of the Happy Bet European Darts Open here in Leverkusen. Another strong performance. Rob Cross beat the main man, the world number one and the number one seed, Michael van Gerwen, 6-2. But as we see so often, he fell at the very next hurdle. Mervyn King still going strong, and he'll take on Michael Smith in this evening's second semi-final. The first one will be played out between Peter Snakebite Wright, the number 2 seed, and the number 3 seed, Austria's Mensur Suljovic. That's coming up very, very shortly. But first, let's get a few words from semi-finalist Mervyn King.
Von dem hören wir mit Sicherheit mehr in Zukunft. So, und Mervyn King trifft im Halbfinale dann gleich auf Michael Smith. Merv, congratulations. Very, very consistent. Again, 100 average, that's just good.
You just try what you can do at the time, you know. And if it's good enough, great. If it isn't, then you're watching.
Interesting player, Rob Cross. Amazing how he's playing this year. First year on PDC circuit.
I'm telling you lot now, watch this boy, Rob Cross. Watch him in the future. He is going to be a proper force in darts, I'm telling you.
Michael Smith, the man to beat in the semis.
I owe him one. Actually, I owe him more than one.
Okay, see you later. Thank you very much. Mervyn King. Er sagt, ich mache das, was geht. Versuche alles. Er spielt richtig gut an diesem Wochenende. Wird jetzt auf den Bully Boy Michael Smith treffen und sagt auch Rob